Hello, my name is Sibby's. You can call me B, and welcome back to some more Winter's Wish. Last time, it's been a while. I think last time we were doing something. We were teaming up with Ginjuro and Yoichi, trying to find a job so we can blend in as a commoner. And we're like, hey, we want to fight. And they're like, okay. So that's why we're at the dojo, because our girl wants to learn some skills, I guess. We arrived at the dojo in Castletown. Normally, there would be other people here to train. Luckily, we were the only ones here today. Put your back. I'm sorry, I am kind of low energy today. Okay, let's start with a warm-up. Alright, just have to copy what you're doing? That's right. We started our warm-ups while facing each other. I stretched the muscles in my legs and tried some calisthenics. For the time being, I copied Yoichi's movements exactly. We'll probably be doing some hard exercises, so I should make sure to really stretch everything out. In any case, I glanced over at Yoichi, who was doing his own warm-up exercise across from me, and observed him. His hips joints appeared flexible, and even when he opened up his legs, he could press his upper body against the ground. Of course, his expression was one of complete ease. Yoichi's so flexible. There's absolutely no way I could do that. You're staring at me again. Are you a pervert? Yoichi's yeah. It's like, I can just bend in all sorts of ways. It's like, I can pop out my arm out of my socket if need be. I mean, I don't think a torsion said to do that, but like, he could if he wanted to. Ooh. I'm sorry. Well, I don't really care, so what do you want? It's not as if I wanted anything. He'd be annoyed if I said something like, I was impressed by the way you move. I could see it from a mile away. Oh, I know. Since we're here, I'll take this chance to ask what I want. He just asks you what you want, and you're like, I don't want anything. And you're like, oh, wait, maybe I should tell him what I want. What? Okay. Now that he was going to be my teacher, he definitely answered without hesitation. Then there's something I want to ask. Okay, what? There's some sort of mental preparation you need to learn martial arts. Could you teach me? I really have no knowledge of any of this. This might have just been my assumption, but to learn martial arts efficiently, I felt that it was necessary to discipline myself mentally too. In order to do that, I wanted him to teach me starting with the basics. However, there's nothing like that. Wait, there isn't? I mean, even if you drill that stuff in your head, when you're gonna die, you're gonna die. Fair enough. That may be true, but I thought I'd build up my mentality before building up my body. But it seemed that was a misunderstanding on my part. My suggestion was turned down so flatly. Hey Odin, and of course I want a curse V in recommendation. Why wouldn't I want a curse V in recommendation? My suggestion was turned down so flatly. I felt a bit sad. Oh, I actually played some. Not too much. I don't think I played like the whole thing on my, but yeah, I played it before. I don't think it was before I streamed on Twitch. It was on YouTube. Look, can you stop it with that face? You're making it seem like I did something bad. It was a trip though. Class of 09 is nuts. Sorry, But if I had to say something... Yoichi looked off into the distance, as if thinking about something. Perhaps I'd be able to get my answer. Boy, wish I could scoot this chair up farther. As As I'd been turned down once already, the anticipation made my heart beat faster. I'd say a wise man never courts danger. Okay. At the answer I finally received, I thought, really? Could you tell me what you mean? I thought that I should hear his reasoning first, so I chose to ask him again. No matter how free-spirited Yoichi was, I couldn't imagine him teaching me something meaningless. There's something called being temerarious. Do you know what it means? No, I don't fucking know what that word is, and I don't even know if I said it right. Temerarious? I feel like Father might have mentioned it before. It means... it's when you don't think things through and just simply charge forward, right? So... don't think before you... like, not thinking before you leap. Or... oh, what's a good... no thoughts, head empty, just action. Right, something like that. In other words, if you're overconfident in your own power, you'll chase enemies too far and get injured for no reason. I hear that those who die early on the battlefield are usually samurai who act rashly. So, in order to survive in battle, you have to use your head. Blightfall are enemies we need to kill, but if you're in a situation where you can't defeat them, no amount of fighting is going to change that. In those situations, it's smarter to take what you must protect away from danger instead. Like, take what you want to protect away from danger. Okay, blah, 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 blah. A tactical retreat. Therefore, a wise man never courts danger. Yoichi's explanation was satisfying and easy to understand. I suspected he had his own way of thinking, but I never thought that his reasoning was as solid as this. I just thought he, like, just didn't care about shit. Thank you, Yoichi. I really learned a lot. Yeah, no problem. And Yoichi let out a huff, like he was a little pleased. Now then, since we're all warmed up, it's a pain in the ass, but it's about time we start. Yes, thank you in advance. Due to the warm-up exercise, I was feeling toasty. My head also felt nice and clear. In this condition, I will be able to perform any movement asked of me. You go, girl. Alright, from here, I really have to get my head in the game. I clenched my fist to pump myself up further, and then... oh, we don't need that. Huh? What do you mean by that? That useless tension in your body. The martial arts I'm about to teach you is about using your opponent's own strength against them in order to perform moves. Code Realize did something really similar. And I really hope to play Code Realize on my channel someday. I love Code Realize. It's peak. Code Realize is peak. But yeah, there is a part where our girl wants to learn how to defend herself, and it was like, just run at them, girl. Put your entire weight into it. So if you tense up too much, you're definitely going to fail. Really? And what should I... well, I guess it's using your own strength than using the other... I don't know. Stand like me. That was when, for the first time, I paid attention to how Yoichi was standing. In contrast to how my entire body was tensed up, Yoichi had a more natural stance. Come on. Hui. At a quick glance, one could even make the mistake of thinking he had no motivation. I get it now. There's an actual reason why Yoichi stands the way he does. Why he looks like he doesn't give a fuck. But when you think about it, it's pretty hard to relax like that. Should I do it like I'm taking a hot soak in the bath, or like when I'm sleeping? I think I saw a skeeter. You. I tried remembering times where I was completely relaxed, and I slightly shifted the way I was standing. How's this? Not bad. I tried mimicking the way Yoichi did it. Fuck you. And Yoichi readily approved. Alright, first I'm gonna give a quick explanation. Since you're not that strong, I think you should consider running rather than fighting to start. Does running require some technique as well? Yeah, think about it. If you're an amateur, there's nothing you can do if you're captured by the enemy, right? So, I'll start by teaching you how to avoid an enemy's attack. Enemy's attacks, fighting will come after that. He was right. If I learned offense, I don't think I'd be able to fight well. Completely conquering my fear was out of the question, and if I forced myself to try and fight, I'd probably be killed instead. That said, just sparring would be pointless, so I'll teach you by comparing it to real combat. For example, fighting against Blightfall. They often strike with their tentacles. What should you do to avoid that attack? The sudden question made me think for a moment. Insert a hentai joke, I guess. In this case, the Blightfall isn't a special one like the Kamikiri, and more like the one that appeared in my village. So then, watch the tentacle's movements? That's right. Then, to be more precise, which part of the tentacle do you think you should look at? Insert hentai joke. Huh? Another unexpected question. It took even longer to think of an answer. Even if he asked for a part of the tentacle, the only answers are the tip, the base, or the middle, right? So like the base, the tip, or the shaft. I'll just guess then. The tip? Just the tip? Half right, half wrong. What do you mean? If it's someone who can properly keep track of the enemy's movements, they could definitely dodge a hit just by watching the tip, just the tip. But the thing about the tip of the tentacles is that centrifugal force can make it move incredibly fast, like a whip. Unless you're a vessel, or if you're a human, as experienced as Mitsuhige, it's hard to keep up in your case especially. Mitsuhige. You have a point. Surely an amateur like myself would be blown away by trying to follow the enemy's movements. That's why you should look at the base of the tentacle instead. In human terms, it would be like their upper arm, I guess. Though there might be some deviation or recoil, it's always connected to the tip, so you should be able to tell what direction it's going in. Using that, you need to judge where the next attack will come from. And when you dodge, you should roll in the same direction as the enemy's attack. If you do that, you can easily disperse the enemy's strength. Though Yoichi meticulously explained everything to me, I couldn't understand him at all. In English, please. It wasn't like I couldn't understand the words themselves, it was more like I couldn't understand the action. Maybe it would be better to actually try it out. Right. Yoichi sounded fed up, but I nodded fiercely like I was jumping at the chance. From there, I was thrown into a training session. Ready? That's not what I mean. Look at my arm, over here. My arm's a tentacle. Ooh. Alright, let's go again. Roger. See right there? Unacceptable. We're going to keep at it. Each time Yoichi attacked me, I would move around clumsily. No, I do not want to go to the next choice. Sometimes I fell because I couldn't read his movements. Other times I would bear the brunt of an attack directly from the front. I just imagine like he's just like waving his arm around. It's like, ooh, look, it's a tentacle. Bam! Like hits her. Once again, I fell to the floor of the dojo. To be frank, it hurt. He probably was going easy on me, but my completely untrained body was at its limit just from a few hits. When I looked, there were already a few bruises forming. When I call it quits, you know? I kind of like him looking down on us. Which is funny, because like in real life, how I am, it's like if someone gives me like an angry or disappointed look, it's like, there's, I don't know, it's like I feel like I'm going to cry. It's like, oh no, they're disappointed in me. But like, that's hot. Luigi looked down at me from directly above where I was collapsed on the ground. His expression was surprisingly cold, which was hot. It was as if he didn't think anything of me. His expression harbored nothing but emptiness, which is hot. Does he not expect anything from me? Kinda wish we were on his route instead of Genjuro's, who was making a creepy feeder for some reason. From Yoichi's point of view, he might be seeing this as a formality. To him, this has no meaning, or something like that. So he's a vessel. And again, maybe that was just my victim complex talking. I'd only spoken with people whose emotions I could read through their threads, so this was the first time I had to imagine how someone felt, because he's a vessel. So, there's no mistake. Yoichi's frigid expression had fueled the will to fight in my heart. No, not at all. I'm nearly getting the hang of it, so bear with me. When I leapt up to my feet, Yoichi blinked in slight surprise. You're persistent. Well, since you're going out of your way to teach me, I want to do it right. Huh? Well, if that's what you want, then I'm fine with that. Thank you. Alright then, let's continue training. After that, Yoichi continued to pummel me to the ground, training with me until I was satisfied. Thanks to that, I was also more determined to work harder on my missions for the Oniwaban. But sometimes, reality doesn't always work the way we want it to. According to Kuga's report, no one went to sell hair at the wig shop more than once. We did look into everyone who went to sell hair, but it has been a fruitless endeavor. So did that mean the Kamikiri just enjoyed stirring up the masses? Or did they harbor some unusual grudge towards women? Are they an incel? No matter what the reason, the incidents were feeling more and more is it macabre or macabre? I don't know. I think it's macabre. But I could be wrong. And meh. We raced through Castle Town day and night, searching for the Kamikiri's true identity. I continued to patrol around Castle Town, following Kuga's lead. Meanwhile, Yoichi returned to his normal job and tried to gather intel from his workplace. But 7 days had passed without another appearance of the Kamikiri, let alone the discovery of any new information. Okay, I'll come at you like usual. Right! And during that time, Yoichi helped me train every day. Today our schedules happened to match up, so I had Kuga and Kabame come as well. Having visitors is nerve-wracking. I have to make sure I don't mess up. Incidentally, my training had moved forward since then. Now I was also learning offense. Because I don't have any muscles, I was apparently more suited to techniques using the hardness of my knees and elbows rather than punches and palm strikes. And so now we were focusing on learning elbow strike and knee kick katas. KKK, oh god.
I've wondered how it would turn out, but you have quite a knack for this soup.
Huh? Really? Didn't expect that he would praise me, so I accidentally stopped in the middle of practice. She's nothing special. Thanks, Yoichi.
It may be the case from a vessel's point of view, but for a human who just started learning 7 days ago, I think she's doing quite well. If she becomes capable of fighting on the front lines, that will be beneficial for us. We could always use another fighter.
I'm sorry I gave him that dumbass voice, but I'm not going to change it. What are you talking about? She can't use any of this in a real fight yet. If she's going to use anything in a real fight, it would have to be different. It would have to be a different... Which he muttered something to himself and then became lost in thought. That's true. I might be fine now because we're practicing. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this in front of a Blightfall.
John?
Hey, Komame. Sorry, Komame. When we finish this training, let's go for a walk together. Hello, how's everyone doing? Miharu, Mimi. At that moment, a young lady entered while holding something small and wrapped in a cloth. Everyone's gaze turned to stare at the sudden intruder. Mimi? What are you doing here? I heard you were training here, so I came to hang out on my way to run some errands. Am I bothering you? No, it's fine.
Right. Spend as much time here as you please. Turn!
She's so tiny. Come on. Thank you, everyone. By the way, who's this little sparrow? She wasn't around the other day, was she? Mimi gazed with great interest at Komame, who was perched next to Kuga. Normally, I'd leave Komame at home during training. This might have actually been the first time Mimi was meeting her. Her name is Komame. It's a long story, but I became her owner. Long story? What happened? Well, so Komame wasn't getting along with her former owner, something like that. My, that sounds complicated. Nice to meet you, Komame.
Turn!
Here. It seems that Komame likes Mimi. I guess that the only person Komame doesn't like is Tojo. She's a Tojo hater. But why are you suddenly starting up martial arts training? You haven't even decided on a job yet, right? Well, that's... Now that she mentions it, she's right. How should I answer? I'm teaching her because it's necessary for work. Servants of Yanagi Brewery should at least know some self-defense. Yoichi? It's been dangerous lately. If she can't protect herself at the bare minimum, it'll be a headache for us too. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right. Oh my, is it? Didn't think that Yoichi would help me out like that. I nodded with all my might, while desperately trying to not look suspicious. But that does make sense. There's no telling what will happen these days. Maybe I should learn too. It wouldn't hurt. I mean, it might hurt a little bit, but it'll be beneficial. I don't think you need to worry about the tea house. People tend to drink at our breweries, so... Ah, yeah, you're right. Great, we managed to cover it up. Though it pained me to lie, as a member in a secret mission, there was no way I was going to tell her the truth. Ow.
Is that...
In that moment, we heard the calling of a bird from somewhere. It's... Hiro... I forgot his name. Kiyoshiro? Was that his... I don't know. I quickly looked in the direction of the sound and saw a huge eagle circling the air. I could have sworn it was a hawk. What? Wasn't it an eagle this whole time? I thought it was his hawk. Okay. Maybe it was his eagle and I'm just tripping. Oh yeah, you look like a little chicken nugget to him, don't you? Seemed that Komame was scared by the larger bird as she fluffed up her feathers. If I remember correctly, that eagle is Kiyoshiro's? As I petted Komame to calm her down, Kuga quietly stood up.
My apologies, Miharu. I'm going to leave for a little bit.
Me too. Yoichi also stood and left in a hurry, as he was following Kuga. Off the two of them go. Do you think they're sneaking off to make out or something? Yeah. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Is it alright that I didn't go with them? But if I went, then I would be leaving Mimi alone. So this is alright, right? While I was trying to convince myself, Mimi was staring off in the direction the two had left. She was nodding to herself intently. Kuga and Yoichi are both so dreamy, albeit in different ways. Huh? Girl, you down bad. My mind stopped working at this sudden and unexpected thing that I just heard. I had no idea what to say back to her. I froze up and Mimi shot forward towards me. Don't you think so? Those two are actually really popular with girls in the city. Really? Yeah, haven't you ever seen the girls squealing and screaming over them? They're like, Kuga, please feed me, Kuga. Also, I feel there's quite a few girls who wander around Castletown just for a chance to see those two. And people want Yoichi to step on them. I never really thought about things like that. Well, maybe I have, but I've been really focused on the case and improving myself. But now that I think about it, that lady at the tempura store was being nice to Yoichi. You're not too familiar with things like that, are you? By the way, which one is your type? Type? What do you mean? Romantically, of course. You're with those lovely men so often. Don't tell me you haven't thought about it before. Lovely? On one hand, there's Kuga, a man with a calm and mature charm. Sorry, even holds a favorable position of a retainer samurai to boot. On the other, there's Yoichi. He's cold and indifferent, but popular with a certain crowd that just loves that about him. They're both handsome. It's just so hard to choose.
Charm.
Komami's in it too. She's like,
Oh yeah, as long as it's not Tojo.
oh my, look like oh right, Komami is Team Yoichi. She likes Yoichi. I guess all animals, most animals like Yoichi for some reason. I don't know. Oh my, looks like Komami is Team Yoichi. What about him do you like?
Charm.
They're holding a conversation. I wasn't able to properly join in due to the unfamiliar topic. It was also because I was still concerned with the eagle from earlier, who I thought was a hawk before. When I first saw that eagle, it was carrying a letter, which really means that something happened over at the Oniwaban. Maybe someone with new information about the case of the Kamakiri came forward. No, there's also the possibility that it's a new victim instead. Hey, Soup, what do you think? As I thought about a bunch of things, it seemed that I accidentally missed what Mimi was talking about. Huh? What? I asked her back while hurriedly making a smile. Mimi peered into my face curiously. What's wrong? You've been a little out of it since earlier. Sorry, it's nothing. I'm sorry I really wasn't listening to you. But that's not a face a person makes when there's really nothing, is it? Is there something you're worried about? If you want advice about looking for work, I can help you. No, that's not it. Truthfully, I was concerned about a lot of things. I wanted to ask about more than just work. But I couldn't tell her that. If I discussed things with Mimi, who was unrelated to everything, then I would undoubtedly be getting her involved in the case. And considering what Tominari said before, simply knowing about the Oniwaban might be putting that person's life in danger. As I held onto my silence, a rather lonely smile appeared on Mimi's face. You just got to Edo. I'm sure you're just a little tired is all. I'm sorry, Mimi. It's fine. Don't apologize. Anyway, if you're feeling down, you should change things up a little. There's a 26th Knife Jubilee happening in Edo at the Edo Shore today. Why don't you go? Don't drop my mic. No, you better not fall. 26th Night Jubilee. A festival where people gather on the 7th month and the 26th day of the ancient Japanese calendar. Wait for the moon to appear and enjoy food and drink. Legend says the Divine Trinity, the Amida Canon, the Seishi Buddhas appear, and the Amida Canon and Seishi Buddhas appear in the moonlight. That sounds nice. Nighttime events have a certain feeling to them that I really enjoy. 26th Ninth Jubilee? What is that? Ah, right. There weren't any back home. Oh, I'm off. You're just chilling on my screen, aren't you? The 26th Night Jubilee is a summer festival where you enjoy eating and drinking while you wait for the moon to come out. Apparently, it actually holds a very important meaning, but for us commoners, if it gives us an excuse to have a good time even at night, your reason is as good as any. Say, why not try asking Kuga and Yoichi out to the festival, both of them at the same time? Huh? The two of them? Mimi, you aren't coming with me? I'd love to go with you, but it's really going to be busy at my workplace today. We plan on having a stall along the shore, too. Yay. Alright, you work at a tea house, yay. Mimi's show of concern made me really happy. And as I thought about the lonely smile I saw earlier, the obvious thing was to accept Mimi's suggestion. Personally, I was also curious just what kind of festival would take place in Edo. But will those two really come along with me to something like that? They're vessels, so they might not be interested in anything other than missions. If that's what you're worried about, leave it to me. I'll convince them. Huh?
Sorry, we just returned.
I'm so hungry. Perhaps they finished reading through the letter. Kuga and Yoichi had returned. Mimi stood in front of them with her hands on her hips. Hey, you two, there's something I want to discuss with you. Are you busy? What's with you?
Is it that we left so suddenly? If that's the case, we're sorry. There's something we needed to check.
Not that. I want to talk about Soup. I'm grateful that you're helping her find work, but have you considered her feelings?
Mimi? What the fuck are you doing? Shut up.
I was a little taken back at her surprising straightforwardness. But Mimi gently smiled at me, full of confidence. Was that her way of telling me, don't worry?
What exactly do you mean?
What I mean is that you should take her out sometime to relax. She just came to Edo, and I think she's really tired and she needs a change of pace. I mean, we're doing what we can too, like training her in martial arts. Did you just say that martial arts training was for work? Just look at that poor child's exhausted face. If she goes on like this, she'll fall sick before she finds a job. Really? Really? I can tell even without seeing his threads. Yoichi couldn't be bothered.
There might be some truth to what Miharu is saying.
What? You can't be serious.
She hasn't rested a day since coming to Edo. That much is true. It's no wonder that she is fatigued. And we're not too familiar with matters like this. We're incredibly thankful that you've given us your opinion. Fuck your opinion. But Miharu, you say we should consider your feelings, but what exactly should we do? Your directions were abstract and I'm not sure how to follow through.
That's simple. Take her away from things that'll stress her out for a little while. Maybe hang out with her.
That does sound like an effective way to relax. In that case, do we go to the
I'm just gonna...
Yeah. In that case, should we go to the entertainment district? But if a woman went to enjoy herself...
Don't even ask what... I don't... Wait a minute. If a woman wanted to enjoy herself, give her something that vibrates. Like a canister full of bees. Not bees. Not bees. Wasps. Not bees. Don't do that to bees. What are you talking about? There's already a perfect event for that. Tonight's the 26th night jubilee, right? If you take her there, her fatigue would go right away. Kuga and Yoichi fell silent, their expressions unreadable. They didn't seem like they were going to speak, and my nervousness reached its peak in a strange way. Because I can't see their threads, I have no idea what they're thinking. They must think it's annoying, right? They'll most definitely reject this. As I thought about the worst case scenario, Kuga slowly turned to face me.
If that's the case, I'll take you there myself.
Oh my, I knew I could count on you, Kuga. You sure get it.
Yoichi, you fine with that?
If the superiors agree, then well. Are you sure?
It's fine. Like Miharu says, it's important to take a break every once in a while. You should enjoy yourself without holding back.
Isn't this great soup? Right. Thank you, Mimi. But why did they accept the suggestion so easily? I was definitely happy, but something didn't quite sit right with me. And then, several bells later, as they promised earlier, they took me to the 26th night jubilee. Wow, look, Yoichi, that person's performing on the drum while walking. Wow. Well, it's a festival. Ah, there's someone drinking while walking. Kuga, are you sure you don't want any? Well, I think I'm actually doing. Never mind.
I'm in the middle of a mission.
Look over there! That person's wearing an octopus mask! Did they work for a store? Look, they're walking!
No, they're probably just a festival goer. People like that are here every year.
Wow, so everyone is working to make the festival exciting and walking! Edo was already a place with a lot of people, but that was especially true on a day like today. Oops. I was anxious when it was decided that we would go. But now I couldn't help but feel excited just walking through the sea of people. Man, I wish I felt excited. Because, like, they seem so nice in theory. But when I'm there, it's, like, so easy to feel overwhelmed. And I get all dizzy and shit and start to panic. Incidentally, we were now walking towards our end goal, the hill. This is the first time I've ever been to such an amazing festival. Really, thank you so much for taking me today. I also have to thank Mimi.
Right, about that. We were actually ordered to patrol the 26th night jubilee, so we took you as an aside to the mission.
Is that so? Which means the eagle that was carrying the message earlier. That's right. And here I thought they accepted the suggestion without making a fuss. So that's why. But then, this is also a mission, right? I can't let my guard down.
No, there's no need for that. The 26th night jubilee is one of the lunar festivals, where people gather to chase away evil spirits. Because of that, it's harder for Blightfall to appear.
Oh, you won't let me see it? Okay. When text is lit up like that, it gives me a little definition for it, but
Miyaji suggests attending the festival and hopes it will help you relax. So, enjoy it as you wish.
Thank you very much. All the tension immediately left my body at those words. So I really can enjoy myself today. I'm going to enjoy this to my heart's content for all the people who created this chance for me. Da, bum, ba, da, da, bum, ba, da. Oy. Make sure to stay close to the mic. I keep on, like I want to lean back in this chair. Oi. For a while after, I enjoyed taking in the sights around me. There were people walking while playing the drums or dancing, so I had plenty of fun just by strolling around. There were a lot of stalls too, but I certainly didn't have the courage to wade through waves of people just to go to them. Plus, the hill is where the real festival begins. If I start buying things here, then we'll never get to the end goal. Huh? And when I looked back, I finally noticed my mistake. To my surprise, the two who had been standing right next to me had disappeared. What? No way! You gosh darn wandered off, gosh. Oops. Panicked, I focused my eyes in front of me and spotted what appeared to be Yoichi's head amidst the crowd of people. I have to hurry and catch up. If I get separated here, I'll definitely end up lost. But to my dismay, with this many people around, running wasn't an option. In fact, the more I tried to move forward, the more it felt like I was being buried by the crowd and pushed backwards. What should I do if I don't catch up?
Hey, what are you doing?
In that moment, someone immediately came and took me by the arm. It was Kuga. I hadn't noticed because I was distracted, but he was apparently closer to me than I thought. Oh, thank goodness. You saved me.
Seemed like you were going in a strange direction, but what exactly were you doing?
I'm sorry. I looked away for a second and the crowd swept me away.
There's no helping that with a crowd of this size.
Kuga looked around our surroundings and sighed like he was troubled. When I glanced in front of me, there was no sign of Yoichi. Has Yoichi already gone ahead? Hope he hasn't gotten lost.
You wouldn't have to worry about that. Yoichi's not a child.
Yeah, you're right. As we said those things, this time an old man came up. Oi! An old man came up from behind and cut in between me and Kuga. Sorry there, miss. Let me move forward a little. I mean, you know, last time she was bumped into if someone like stole her wallet. Right, go ahead. Thanks. I leaned to the side just a little, and the old man continued to weave through and disappeared into the crowd. What a nimble person.
Soup, are you alright?
Ah, yes. Finally, Kuga once again made his way through the crowd and returned to my side. It seemed that in this chaos, if we opened up even a little bit of distance between each other, people would cut into that space. At this rate, if we're not careful, we'll get separated again.
It seems we need to take some measures against that.
After that, Kuga stared off into the distance with a serious look on his face.
CG, ah.
And then...
Soup, is it easier to walk like this?
Yes.
I also keep watch for him, but if you see Yoichi, tell me.
Right.
Even so, there really are too many people here today.
There sure are. To my surprise, I was holding hands while walking with Kuga. Oh no, premarital handholding. I'm going to hell. Thanks to Kuga leading the way and carving a path, I wasn't getting pushed around by the people like before. To safely proceed through the hustle and bustle, there was simply no better way to walk than this. Still, this is a little embarrassing in its own way. I mean, doesn't it look like we're dating? It's the logical solution, but it's normal for acquaintances to do this with each other, right?
Soup, there's a stop here. Be careful.
Thank you very much. And Kuga led me by the hand, supporting me. My heart skipped a beat once more at his trustworthiness. I wonder why. My heart's been pounding non-stop for a while now. But dude, girl, you're holding hands with a guy, and it's night out, with a festival. There's a mood. There's a mood going on.
A woman's hand is such a small thing. Get bigger hands.
Huh?
With hands like these, you probably can't even wield a sword properly.
What sword are we talking about? Is that so? Kuga looked down with interest, and with his fingers interlocked with mine, rubbed my hand as if to check something. My nervousness was at its peak, and his actions caused my mind to go blank even more. What is this? Kuga's observing me again. Holding hands was one thing, but this is just too much for me to handle. What should I do? At this rate, my heart.
What's wrong? Ah, you look hungry. Let's get you some food.
As I panted, Kuga suddenly peered into my eyes. When his face suddenly entered my field of vision, I almost jumped. Not to mention, he was quite a handsome man. He was too close. Nothing's wrong. In an instant, I averted my eyes from Kuga. Of course, not only was it difficult to walk, this also felt anything but natural. However, I didn't have the capacity to worry about that right now.
You can't look like that and tell me nothing's wrong. And your hands are sweating. It shouldn't be that hot today. It's sweaty. They're gross.
I'm sorry. Sweat's pretty gross, right? I'll just have to let go of your hand.
No, there's no need for that. Apparently I was asking about you. Why aren't you looking at me? Or eating? You need to be eating.
I was already in a complete panic. Oops. Although it was accidental, it was the first time in my life that I'd been in a situation like this with the opposite sex. I no longer knew the right thing to do. I felt like I was going to lose my sanity and do something even more disgraceful. Like what, Soup? What disgraceful things would you do? If that's the alternative, I have no choice but to say my true feelings. As I steeled my will to do so, I turned to face Kuga once more. It's because I'm nervous.
About what?
It's my first time walking with a man like this, and even though I know you don't mean anything by it, I can't help but overthink it. Because of that, I guess it might seem like I'm acting a little weird. So that's all.
Oh, so that was what it was.
Though I only explained partially, Kuga shrugged his shoulders as if he was disappointed.
I was under the impression that I did something wrong. It's just you and Miharu just told me to be better considering your feelings. If my actions cause you undue stress, then I apologize.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. In contrast to my panic. Yeah, I know it, girls, and people can take that kind of... I've never been with a... Yeah! I've never been with a man like this before. The premarital hand-holding. So sinful. In contrast to my panic, Kuga answered in a calm tone. It was a given, of course, at the end of the day. He thought absolutely nothing of me. His lisp is kind of hard to do. Shit. Automod didn't get your ass. I'll get your fucking ass. But thanks to that, I was starting to calm down a little. I think I might stop. Like did the let's because his teeth was out, but I don't know. It's kind of annoying to do.
Should I let go of your hand? If you hold the sleeve of my kimono as such, we shouldn't get separated too easily.
Hearing what he said, I stared at our entwined hands. From Kuga's perspective, he was holding my hand only because it was convenient. But for me, this was my first time touching someone like that. Again, that sounds... This is my first time touching someone like this, and it was a big step in a new direction.
Girl, it's just hand holding. You're acting like I'm like taking your virginity or something. I took your hand holding virginity.
No, I'd like to stay like this.
I see, alright.
I requested with determination, and Kuga quietly smiled. We continued to walk for a while, and slowly the crowd started to peter out. It must have been because people were going to restaurants and shrines or boats to observe the moon.
Seems like there shouldn't be a problem from here on out.
Thank you very much. Thanks to you, I didn't get lost. As soon as we let go of each other's hands, I saw a familiar figure out of the corner of my eye. It was Yoichi.
Yeah, Yoichi, why are you...
I mean, I was waiting, but who cares about that? Why are you holding hands? Are you on a date or something?
We're not on a date. It was just I almost got lost and he was guiding me by the hand.
Really, Genjuro?
Yep, that is correct.
Huh.
Yuichi, were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I was looking around stores and stuff by myself. But you don't seem to have snacks or anything. So what? I can decide not to buy stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Perhaps Yoichi didn't want to say any more than that as he turned his face away. Phew. Thank goodness he didn't pry any deeper. I mean, that's literally what happened. I mean, yeah, you're kind of flustered, but like, you almost got lost, so he's like,
hold on to me so you don't get lost.
Even if he did, then I probably would have panicked even more than earlier. Even as we were talking, Kuga took to the front as if he was leading us. When he did that, I could only see his back. It was like us holding hands only moments ago was nothing more than a dream. It's strange. My hand that was holding Kuga's feels a little cold. I wonder if this is what it means to connect with others. While keenly pondering over that, I looked around at my surroundings once more. There was a road with even more shops than the one we were walking on earlier. Each store was aggressively calling for customers. Welcome, welcome! Why not take this chance to purchase a hairpin as a gift? We have lots of good stock. A hairpin, huh? The barker enticed me to peer into the store. Lined up inside were a lot of hairpins. There were ones decorated with elegant flowers, as well as ones with beautifully intricate glass ornaments. So pretty. I do like the one I have now, but a new one would be nice too. What are you doing? Hurry up and come over here.
Yeah, right.
But Yoichi called over to me, interrupting my thoughts. In any case, I don't have the money to buy such a wonderful hairpin. I guess I'll save it for another occasion. Looks like Kuga's gotten quite a far ahead too. But strangely, Yoichi was still staring at the hairpin shop and didn't even try to walk away. What's wrong, Yoichi? No, it's nothing. Anyway, let's just go and buy whatever from a stall. Genjuro said he'll save us a spot. Alright. After we bought some snacks that we could munch on easily, we finally arrived at the hill that was our destination. All around us, crowds of people were drinking and singing raucously? I don't know what that word is. It kind of looks like raunchy, but why would they be singing raunchily? Raucously? I don't know. As they waited for the moon to rise. We couldn't see from here, but it seemed that fireworks were also going off in the distance.
We'll be able to clearly see the moon from here.
This is an amazing view. Thank you for saving us the spot.
No problem. It was nothing special.
Hey, pass me the dango we just bought.
Alright, here you go.
I took out the dango from the bag, handed it to him, and Yoichi immediately bit into it. Still, I think this is the first time we've been relaxed while waiting for the moonrise. We're usually on patrol around this time.
Now that you mention it, you're right. In fact, this might be the first time I've done something other than a mission since I was born.
Well, if it looks like we're enjoying ourselves, sometimes it all ends up being connected to a mission anyways. I was shocked by what he just said. Well, I didn't know how long it'd been since they were born into the world. I didn't expect to hear that they never fully enjoyed themselves before. I mean, they're vessels. They don't really need to. I guess. This is the first festival for the both of you?
I suppose it would be.
In that case. Oi. Let's have fun. Let's keep watch. Let's keep watch. In that case, let's patrol as usual after this. Why? We literally just decided that we didn't have to do that today. But Miyagi asked us to patrol, right? Then we should do our work properly. Buzzkill. Come on, festivals don't happen every day. Can we just skip patrol this time? But... So you're gonna ignore Miharu's good intentions? She's the one who wanted you to take your mind off of things. That's... Kuga silently watches Yoichi and I bickered. It's like... I keep on mentioning it, but I can't... Like, how is... Why is his teethers always showing like... That's why I gave him a lisp before. I don't know. He's always like, just a little bit of... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. Kuga silently watched as Yoichi and I bickered. His calm expression made it completely impossible to read what he was thinking at the moment. Huh? Did I put Kuga in a bad mood too? Was it normal to be this anxious when I couldn't see someone's threads? And in my conversation with Yoichi, turned immediately to face Kuga. I'm sorry, did I say something out of line? But the moment I said that to him, Kuga widened his eyes as if a little surprised.
About the patrol? If you were talking about that, it's not a problem. If anything, it's good that you think that way. I think you should maintain that attitude going forth.
Yes. Ew, he wasn't angry after all.
No. I like a girl who wants to keep doing her job. It makes me aroused.
Can you lighten up a little?
Actually, Yoichi, I think you're a little too relaxed.
So you can choose between the strung up guy or the chill one, I guess. Maybe the best balance is the middle point between these two.
Compromise.
So we talked with each other. Tears started rising from around us. Wondering what it was, I followed their gazes and saw a dim mood had started showing itself in the sky. Yoichi, Kuga, the moon! The moon's come out! I can see that.
We're lucky to have good weather today. Isn't it rare to see it so clearly?
It's beautiful. Like Kuga said, there wasn't a single cloud in the sky. Thanks to that, we could clearly see the moon reveal itself slowly from behind the base of the mountains. Both Yoichi and Kuga narrowed their eyes and watched it happen. Now that I think about it, it might be my first time seeing the moon in such a festive place. Before I came to Edo, I was all alone with nothing to do, so I often stared at the skies in days. Because it was always snowing there, I seldom saw anything other than snow, but seeing the moon occasionally peek out from between the clouds became a small piece of enjoyment for me. Back then, when I looked at the moon, I felt nothing but loneliness. But now, I have companions to watch it with me. I do my best, so I can stay here for as long as I can. I swore upon the moon, full of determination. Then after a while, the 26th Ninth Jubilee ended without incident, and we returned to Samurai Town. Since it was already late at night, they even went out of their way to walk me to the front of the base.
Soup, were you able to get a change of pace?
Yes, all thanks to you two. I'm truly grateful for today. If another opportunity comes up, I'd like to hang out with everyone again. Uttering those last words took quite a bit of courage. Truthfully, I had no way of telling how they would react. Yet I found myself passionately wishing that I could experience the same fun I had today sometime again.
Yes, right.
For a moment, Kuga looked like he was taken off guard, but was quickly replaced with a reassuring smile.
When that time comes, you'll have to come with us, Yoichi.
What a bother.
You always say that.
Yoichi's the same as always. His reaction was predictable, and it actually made me smile.
Alright then, I should be going now. See you tomorrow.
Kuga bid us a quick farewell and started walking in the direction of what I assumed to be his home. But for some reason, only Yoichi stayed. Yoichi? You're not going? Here, take this. After he said that, Yoichi took out what looked like a glossy wooden stick. It was around the length of my forearm. The surface seemed well sanded and probably felt nice to the touch. In any case, we were in a dark location, so I couldn't observe the finer details. What's this? You can't tell by looking at it. Yoichi pulled both sides of the wooden stick as if to show me, and then... Oh! It'd be a dagger. So you thought I was going to give you the hairpin? No, bitch. You have a dagger. When he pulled away the sheath, inside was a blade that shone dully. This is... What's that for? I was thinking I'd give it to you since we'll be using it in training. Commoner women carry them too, so it wouldn't be weird for you to have. That's true, but... Wasn't it a rather eccentric choice for a gift? Oh wait, I thought he was saying that. Wasn't it a rather eccentric choice for a gift? Seeing I was unable to fully hide how unsettled I was, Yoichi scratched his head as if I was troubled. You mean you don't appreciate knives as gifts? What kind of woman are you? I've been thinking about this for a while now, about how you could fight in a real battle. If I could help it, I would have avoided giving a novice a blade, but we don't have much of a choice fighting against a Blightfall, do we? I don't know if you'd perform the snow sacrament. I don't know how you'd perform the snow sacrament. Maybe it'd not even work unless you had something in place of a sword. So, I'm giving this to you. Yoichi. I guess women are usually happier if you give them things like hairpins or combs. Seemed like you were staring at them pretty intensely earlier, too. You noticed that I was staring at the hairpin store earlier. Yoichi purposely chose the dagger. As soon as I understood that, I was able to easily accept his gift. I'm happy with it. Thank you. Why? Because you bought it for me. I'd be grateful for anything you got me. Plus, unlike getting a hairpin, this gift feels like you're accepting me as a comrade. And that makes me happy. Weirdo. Well, as long as you have the will, I'll be there to show you the way. Keep it up. I wish we were on his route. Right, I will. Looking forward to it. Then Yoichi, his business concluded, took his leave immediately. I saw him off until I could no longer see him in the distance. I feel like I've gotten closer to both Kuga and Yoichi throughout today. I guess this is thanks to Mimi. From now on, I have to work harder and harder. I have to work harder and harder so that I can wield this dagger properly. After I strengthened my resolve once more, I turned on my heel and returned to the base. Oh yeah, the Kamikiri didn't show up today. They said the 26th Ninth Jubilee could keep away evil spirits. Maybe it disappeared. Wouldn't that be nice? That thought lingered on as I returned to my room.
Chapter 3!
Tree Castletown. I mean, this is 1 hour and 10 minutes. I usually like to aim for an hour for these. Fuck it. Whatever. I'm gonna just... I said it wasn't gonna be a long stream. So it's not gonna be a long stream. That's a relief. Okay. Oh, shit. So that means next time I play this, we'll be treading on new ground. And not me reading the same shit I've already read before, because I was a dumbass. And didn't save shit properly. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.